So if you move to Canada, you are going to be taxable on your worldwide income. So depending on where you're coming from, that might or might not be new. Importantly, your foreign companies could likely be taxable in Canada if you're going to control them from Canada. So you may have to do some restructuring in that regard. Third, even if you don't control them from Canada, they may be subject to something called controlled foreign affiliate rules. That's Canada's version of controlled foreign company, or CFC rules. They have something called the FAPI, the foreign accrual property income rules. And so this is basically passive income that is held in foreign legal structures, tends to get taxed in Canada to the extent that it is owned by Canadian shareholders over a certain amount. So those are kind of like some high level things that are important for you. And so you might be like, oh shit, my foreign company now may be taxable in Canada because I'm moving here. Or, oh, this asset that I own abroad may be subject to Canadian tax rules. Now, there's typically tax credits, and Canada actually has a pretty good network of tax treaties. And actually, Canada has some fairly decent international tax planning rules as well. So to the extent that you have a foreign active business, you can often set that up so that usually you shouldn't have Canadian tax on that foreign company. Again, you may have to hire some people. There may be some nuances around that. If you need help with that, we can connect you with international fiduciaries, directors, things like this, who can help out with that process. But bottom line is that you can, in theory, make it so that the foreign company, or the foreign income, may not be taxed, at least not taxed in Canada. It might be taxed where it is. That's a different conversation. We have to analyze that. And then you can actually pay dividends if you put it into a Canadian holding company, and the Canadian holding company can receive it tax-free. That goes into something called the general rate income pool. You'll learn about that later. And what that means is that if you pay out dividends, you can get something called the full dividend gross up. And so that can you can effectively have a net tax savings of somewhere around 20 to 25%.